Yes, yes, yes. Go Cameron! I didn't make my video last night because I didn't really have all that much to say. So in this video I'll be talking about Big Brother UK 2025 episode 38 and 39. In last night's episode they got the letters from home and Tate and Jenny were talking at the start saying, oh, Emily really deserves a letter, and it's as if like they've changed their tune all of a sudden. Emily was saying that she got baptised recently and she was getting slated for it online because she got baptised in a jacuzzi and there was like an electric guitar and stuff there. Like, I've seen that happen a lot. Like, why is it a big deal if she gets baptised in a jacuzzi or not? But she's an adult. How else are they meant to do it? Obviously, I've seen people doing it in like pools and baths and stuff, but like, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Jenny and Cameron were talking about what they're looking forward to in life, and Jenny was saying that her life goal is to have a big family and get married and all that. Like, that is the exact opposite of anything that I ever wanted in my life. And she was saying because she's an only child, she wants to have a lot of kids. Emily came over and said that she felt bad about taking Tasia's chance to get her letter from home, and if she had the chance to buy it for her, she would. But what was the IOU then? That's what I didn't understand. Like, did she end up getting Tasia's eyes? I don't really know. It was time for the final. Mini Mart, Cameron and Tate went first. They bought their own letters plus a letter for Tasia, which I was quite surprised that they bought Tasia's letter, but there wasn't really all that much more to buy, and Tate was trying to get the cheese for like 2 eyeballs. Jenny and Marcus were next. They got their own letters, plus Jenny bought a photo album and Marcus got Emily's letter, which came with sellotape. They had to choose who they wanted to read their letters, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't find this that emotional. I did think that Richard's letter was quite emotional. But Emily told Tate that his letter was wrote by ChatGPT, and then on Late and Live they asked his mum and she says, oh, we wrote it ourselves but then we got ChatGPT to fix it. Which is fair enough, you know. And I just didn't make my video last night because a lot of it was the letters, and I didn't honestly find it that interesting. So then we had tonight, episode 39, and one of them was winning a ticket to the final. I had been manifesting. I'd been manifesting that Cameron was getting the ticket to the final. Not that he needs a ticket to the final, right, because he's going to win anyway. But I was like, oh, Cameron gets that ticket to the final, he deserves it. In the first round, the housemates were given 3 white eyeballs and 3 red eyeballs, and they had to allocate them to different people in the house who had made an impact on the house. An impact on the house, right? Keep that in mind. So Cameron gave Elsa 2 eyeballs because he was talking about the rumour that was going around about him being sneaky when Caroline was in the house, and she says, oh, that's not an impact on the house, that's personal. Interesting then. Elsa gave Cameron 3 red eyeballs, but then when she was giving out the white ones, she gave one to Marcus and says, love you. Oh, I thought it was supposed to be an impact in the house, Elsa. Then she gave one to Tasia and says, I don't know how I'd have managed in the house without you. Again, how was that an impact in the house? So everybody was giving Emily the red eyeballs, and I felt bad for her. And honestly, if I was in a house with somebody and I absolutely hated them, and that was happening, I even think that I would give them a white eyeball and say something nice. There's only 3 housemates or 2 housemates in the history of Big Brother that I can think of that I wouldn't have gave a white eyeball to in that situation. But Emily was thinking, oh shit, like everybody in this house fucking hates me. So then when Big Brother says white eyeballs are worth a point and red eyeballs are worth a point, they realised that Emily had won. Emily said, see, it's good to have an impact. And then Big Brother UK had a Big Brother Australia moment where he said something that made me choke up. And he says Big Brother believes that having an impact, whether it's good or bad, is better than having no impact at all. You're right. You're right, Big Brother. You're right. I can say this for sure. I think he said Big Brother Australia on the phone. In round 2, they went into pairs and they had to hold up the eyeballs with their heads. Now, Elsa and Tasia dropped theirs. Cameron and Jenny, they didn't look very strong, right? But then Tate and Emily, Tate was going, like carrying on, right? And I genuinely think he was doing that because he didn't want her to get the pass to the final. Why was he carrying on like that? He wasn't taking it seriously. I don't know if it was moving on its own and then he was going up as if he was doing it, but it did look as if he was deliberately moving. If I was Emily, I'd have been fucking raging. Jenny and Cameron got to the final round and I'm going, he's getting the pass to the final, Cameron's getting the pass to the final. Oh, that was so great that Cameron's got the pass to the final. That's me manifesting, right? They had to be interrogated. And I was thinking, Cameron's maybe not going to do great at this. You know how he's not very confident. So they asked him if you could give, like, who would you give the pass to? And he says that he would give it to Jenny. When they asked Jenny that, she was like, well, give it to me if you want, right? Now, okay, she was being honest. We must admire that about her. But he wholeheartedly was saying, give it to Jenny. And he wasn't doing very good at answering the questions. And I'm going, Cameron, come on. Come on, you need to do better. Thankfully, Emily says you're not selling this. Like, what? Like, tell us why. Tell us why. You should have a pass to the final. And then, well, the flood, I was greeting. I must admit, I was greeting. And he was talking about how, like, the farm's been passed through generations and all this, right? And it was just so real. And I know that a lot of people would say, oh, he's in a privileged position because he owns a farm. Or he could sell that farm and still be able to afford a house or whatever, right? I understand that. But I used to go out with a guy whose dad owned a business and it was passed down through the generations, and they had a bought house and they had, you know, 2 cars. They might have even have had more than 2 cars actually. They had a few cars. They were definitely privileged, right? They stayed in somewhere, a big fancy place. I would say that they were really well off, if not rich. But when their business started to struggle, I didn't think, oh well, at least they've got a house and at least they've got this and this and that. I thought that is a family, it's a family thing that's been passed down. And they have all those things because of that business. I'm not the sort of person who thinks, oh, just because you've got money doesn't mean to say that you don't deserve to have other things. So when he was talking about his farm, it was just so emotional for me. So then Jenny was saying that with £100,000 she would be able to put a deposit down in a house because she doesn't own a house, she stays in a council house. First of all, what I would say is, what's wrong with living in a council house? But also, I get that some council estates are run down and not nice and all that. Like, that's not the case with my house, right? But I know that there is run down council estates. I've seen many of them in my area as well. But somebody was messaging me who lives near where Jenny lives, and they were saying that the council houses there are really fancy. They're like really good houses. They're not like council houses in Scotland. So, I mean, obviously she's thinking if she owns a house, it's stability or whatever, and she did say she wants to have a big family and all that. So, like, I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve that money to put a deposit down in a house. Anybody deserves the money. And it doesn't matter what they're spending it on. It doesn't matter if it's to save your farm, or if it's to get a council house, or if it's to fucking spend it and travel in the world, right? It doesn't matter. But I felt like when Jenny was talking, I thought she would be in there regardless. As she said, she went in there, she had £50 in her bank. But Cameron is there for the sole purpose of trying to save his farm. And he deserved it. He deserved it to win. He deserved to win. And I did think that anyway, right? So I was being biased in it. You know that I hate bias, but he did deserve to win. Then Elsa was feeling really bad and she apologised to Cameron. People were messaging me saying, oh, I think that maybe she's only saying that because he's in the final. But I genuinely do think she meant it. Now, everybody's up for eviction except Cameron. They said something on Late and Live the other day about a triple Tuesday, but apparently there's a double eviction tomorrow. So that must mean there's another one on Wednesday because the lines are open till Wednesday. I'm putting my 5 votes to save Richard. Let me know who you're voting for. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.